Welcome to Head Wreck, the show where we talk about stuff that's wrecking our heads and we read out the stuff that's wrecking your heads. You can get in contact with us on some of the socials and by email at thelads at headwreck.com. Alan, where can they get us on the socials?
Depends what socials they are now, according to your amazing story. They're head
Well,
underscore rect.
where can they get us on Instagram, Alan? That's about
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it?
On Facebook. But Instagram is a better one. But obviously you can also leave your
Yep.
questions and stuff on Spotify as well. We have our Q&A section on Spotify. And if
Yep.
you're listening on
That's
Spotify,
right.
it's
On
it's
each
just down
episode, if
below
you're
it.
listening to an
Yeah,
episode, yeah, you can just shoot us something and we'll get it and read it out in the next one.
yeah. And otherwise, head underscore rect. If you're Instagram, just follow us. Give us a follow. We like to beg.
Yeah, well, you have to beg in this world. That's how you get followers. I'm coming in with a hot take on. Hot take straight off the bat. The
Go for it.
weekend,
Go for it.
the weekend of last weekend has gone, come and gone. And I go into work, and every single Monday, I'm asked, "How was the weekend? Did you get up to anything?" I can never fucking remember, and it's only literally a few hours. I can't. I'm like, something big happened there at the weekend. And everyone knew that this was happening. And when I went into work on Monday, I was like, "Oh, how'd you get on?" I was like, "The what? Oh yeah, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Isn't it mad? What is that? Is
It's
that
weird, isn't it?
age? Are you like that? Is everyone like that? What is
I
that?"
think so. I think the reason being is because we live in a society where everything has to be captured. That if it's not captured, we no longer retain memories anymore. We're using our devices as our memory
Hmm,
retention tool. If we go to
maybe.
concerts or anything, we take photographs. So our memory isn't being used, and also technology is destroying our short term, our destroying our short
And our
equally as well.
speech as well,
Yeah, and our
apparently.
speech. Well, yeah, yeah. But it's destroying our short-term memory, which is why it's harder for you to remember things until they move normally into your longer-term memory or medium-term memory. There you go. There's something more
And
scientific
probably
for
the
you
COVID
again.
vaccination. Let's blame it on that as well. Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's just one of these things. It wrecks my head because number one, personally, sometimes I don't remember it, and I'm like, "Well, what the fuck's wrong with me? How do I not remember that I was at a birthday party or something?" I'm like, for fuck's
Especially
sake,
with your own birthday party.
I know I was going on about it, and then people are like, "How was it?" And I'm going, "The what? Oh yeah." So that annoys me. But then there's the fact that if I don't do something, it's like, "Well, I just chilled out, whatever." Literally, what you're really telling
Wasted
the
it.
world is, I had no money. I just sat at home and drank a bottle of wine. That's what you're saying to people. I didn't do anything.
Homemade
But
wine.
but it always seems so less cool and interesting than everyone else. Everyone else seems to do this mad shit. And you're like, "Oh, no, I didn't do anything." I must come across as so boring. Maybe I am. Maybe I am boring. Maybe that's just me.
But in fairness, now in certainly here in Ireland, is the weather shit. That's just that. That's all I'm saying. I know other story that that's
So,
just a rant.
oh, okay, right. So
That's just the weather
well,
shit. That's
well,
it.
it kind of
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
into what your plans at the weekend were, but yeah, the weather is really shit at the
Which
moment.
means you actually can't get to do much. Like currently at the moment, it's lashing rain outside, and
Yeah.
going. Not that I had anything planned to do anyway, but it's kind of going. What's the point in planning something because it's going to rain anyway?
Yeah, I know. And then sometimes the stuff you want to do is actually inside. Like I love nothing more than playing the Xbox, to be honest. That's one of my
Right.
hobbies. And but some people find that weird, but I actually don't mind it. If I could have it in the garden in the sun, I would, but there's an awful glare. So you can't.
VR headset all day. Put that
Yeah.
on. Just don't be watching
Yeah,
the porn in the VR
you're a
porn.
big VR headset person, and I am not, and I want to be, and I love tech, but I just find the price point,
The
the
price
price
point.
point is a
The
bit
price.
high for the setup, and then you still have to pay for the games as well. It's a bit, I know, it's a bit
Yeah,
much
yeah,
when it doesn't
yeah.
have
But
any of
for
the big
sure,
game franchises
yeah.
that you're playing, you
It's
know.
Assassin's Creed. Like for me, if GTA or something came out, it will be absolutely brilliant. Like I do a boxing one from a fitness point of view, and it's a gun game as well. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say this because you started me off about it a couple of weeks ago. You do be wrecked from it.
Yes, you do be right
You
for it,
do be
yeah.
wrecked.
Yeah. Yeah,
You do
well,
be wrecked from it.
Alan may post a video of that on the socials. You never know, and we'll all see
Oh, that's a good
how wrecked
idea.
he do be.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
you tipped on something there, right, with the weather, and you mentioned concerts a second ago, and this is something I was going to bring up last week, and then we had too much fun last week, and I forgot about it. The price of concert tickets at the moment
Oh,
is
it's
wrecking my
ridiculous.
head.
Ridiculous.
I'm a music head, as you know, and I have lived and breathed concerts and outdoor events and festivals and that kind of thing. And right now I'm like going, "Are you fucking kidding me? Pearl Jam coming to Marley Park. It's what is it, 170 a ticket for the cheapest.
For
No,
outdoor gig as
if for an
well.
outdoor gig where chances are you're not really going to see them too well because
Stand outside.
there's going to be maybe 40,000 people there,
Yeah.
maybe more.
Yeah, like I remember when you
It's
would have
very
thought like
expensive for
65,
concert
70,
tickets. Yeah,
70 euros for a ticket, you're
yeah.
kind of going, oh, that's kind of pricey. But you get a full festival ticket for like 200 odd quid. Well,
Hardly
you
that.
used to, I don't know if you still are. Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't mind paying that because it's like it's a weekend.
Yeah,
It's a whole thing, but
exactly.
just for
Exactly.
one gig, that's too much. I don't understand that. Like that's just the way it's gone, isn't it? I don't know. But like I don't know, festivals as well. I miss festivals. I need to go to a festival again. Hopefully soon enough. Are you going to any music gigs or festivals? No? Any lined up?
I have Liam Gallagher in May, and then I have I do why keep this crayfish pop in my head? Coldplay in
Go
September. I don't know why.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah. I liked Coldplay's earlier stuff. Their new stuff I don't
I'm
like as much,
I'm
but
not
I
a
like their
massive
early
fan of
stuff. But it's
Coldplay,
supposed to be a good
but
experience.
exactly, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
I'm going to see crayfish.
therein lies the rub, right? Again, talking about the price, and I know people have talked about this all the time. I always give out about it, but when you hear an ad on the radio for the price of a ticket, it goes 85 euro, and
Plus booking fee.
there may be fees plus a
Just tell me what the
possible
price is.
booking fee. There may be additional fees, is what they always say. May you when is there not a fee?
Oh,
Because if there
and
always
yeah,
is going to be a fee, say there's always
absolutely.
going to be a fee. What's this may there fees may apply? Tell me a
Yes, yeah,
situation where a fee does not apply. I've never
yeah.
found one.
And it's like when you see when people are buying cars, like delivery and other charges not included. It's like, but you just include them in the price then. What do you want me to get the bus to
Yeah,
Sweden
I
to pick
never
up my
got that.
car?
You're buying a car new. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's like, can you imagine
Yeah.
going in and buying your shop and it's like, oh, there's a delivery charge on that bag of oranges you got
Now,
there. You know?
now, interesting point. There's a Chinese near me that has a bagging fee. Now, not a, yeah, it's not a tea bagging fee. It's a
You
bagging
mentioned
fee.
that before the
Did I
bag.
mention that
You
before?
did. It's okay. You can repeat yourself. That's all right.
But
You did.
it still
You
wrecks my
mentioned that
head.
in a podcast before, and it is that's so weird. So I can't remember what you said. Do you bring your own bags, or do you just go fucking
You
give us the
can't.
bag,
No, you have to pay it.
or you have to pay it? Oh,
Yeah,
I suppose because they're putting everything in the
because they're
bag.
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're not gonna pour the food into your hands. There you go. Stick them in your pocket. There you go.
But
There's
hold
some
on.
rice in one pocket.
Well, hold on. Why? Now, this is podcast number, I don't know what it was, a 20,
26. We're
20,
26 now.
we're 26 now, but 24, we talked about you and your bags of bread, which I thought was great.
Oh, yeah.
So you're telling me that if you don't pay for a bag for your Chinese, you're getting it in your hand. So you're getting your curry in a bag, are you? You're sure you're
Better
getting it in
point.
the tubs.
No, better point. Yeah, no, you are getting your tubs. No.
Give us a
That's a
bag of
valid
curry
point.
there and I'll put the rice in my pocket. Just pour it directly in
Oh,
there, hon.
how disgusting would a bag of curry
I would look
look like?
fucking rotten.
And then, but how when you bring it
Uh,
home, how do you take it out? Do you have
That's
to
what
cut
she
it?
said.
I mean,
I know. Yeah, what do you do? Yeah, there's a way. There has to be a way of
it's like a
pouring it.
goldfish.
Yeah.
You have to pour it into a bowl.
It has to
I don't know.
acclimatize. You have to put it in with
Uh,
with curry already in a pot to let it
in a
acclimatize like
hot,
goldfish.
in a sink full of warm water, just to put it in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Group messages, Alan. Group messages.
Yes.
Love them or hate them.
I'm in very few group chats because they normally wreck my head because they get bing 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 notifications all the time.
Well,
If I am in, I turn notifications off. We're in
yeah.
one, obviously.
Yeah, so that's my point, right? So I'm in a few as well. I'm not very active in them. And I get a lot of stick for not being active in them. Now we're in one, me, you, and another friend, James, right? And we're not very active. And then all of a sudden we get really active. And then I just find them very hard to deal with. I feel like I'm gonna be talking myself out of this group chat now because now I'm getting like FOMO. I don't want to be left out. He's going to his phone already. He's jumping me out of the group chat, everyone. I've been bumped.
Dumping you.
I've been bumped out of the group chat. Are you the admin? Fuck you. Are you, how did you become
I,
the admin? Hold on a second.
I,
So this is the
I
thing.
think we all
Group
are.
chats,
I
I
think we all
never
are.
know when to actually come in with something relevant or not. So if you've missed the window of opportunity where everyone's talking because you're in work and you come in like 6 hours later and you're going, "Oh my God, that's really funny." Everyone's like, "Yeah, what are you on about? That was like 6 hours ago." Um, there can be a lot of pressure, especially when it's a big group chat. But
Yeah.
what wrecks my head, probably not so much now, because I'm actually going on a holiday, in a few weeks is when everyone starts talking about how we should meet up and go on holidays, and I'm like, yeah, sorry now.
I
If
can't think
if
of
I can
anything worse than
afford if
going
I can
away.
afford to go on a holiday right now, I'm going with my family because the
Yeah,
last thing I'm
exactly.
going to do is come
Absolutely.
home saying, "Oh, Alan and James in this group chat, we're all thinking of going to Spain." And then my wife is like, "All right, yeah. So when are we going on holidays?"
Yeah.
I'd be
There'd
fucking
be
murdered. I'd
there'd
be
be
murdered.
no bags of bread or bags of curry that week.
There absolutely would not to be. Oh, sorry about that. There would be that's exactly that sound. I just kicked the mic there. Not kicked it, kicked the mic stand. Yeah, but group chats, I find them very I don't like that you can only mute for
They're
either.
intrusive,
They
very
are.
intrusive.
It's and then if you're not active in them, you
You're
miss
a
stuff.
dick.
But yeah, and then you get FOMO if you're not in them. And then if you archive them, you still see the little notification that you've got notifications in your archive. If you silence it, it's only for 8 hours,
Yeah. No, you
or
can use it
or
for all. You can use it
infinitely.
forever. Yeah,
Yeah, I
which
know.
is what I
Yeah,
do. Which I do for a
but
lot of
then the
stuff.
FOMO kicks in because then you're looking more than
Yeah,
you would normally because you're going, did I miss anything? Did I miss anything?
but the problem with group chats is you might be on your phone for an hour or two, then you've got 147 messages. You're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck has gone on? Has someone died or something? And then it's probably just people sending each other messages of each other farting, just
Yeah.
fart noises, like
Well,
for a hundred of
that's
those messages.
probably just our chat, to be fair. That's pretty much what our
So,
chat is.
so something related to this in terms of what's head wrecking. Do you find it head wrecking if you send somebody a voice message and they just reply back via text rather than be back with a voice message?
Okay, so we do this. We
Yeah,
split
yeah,
between this often, and I get
yeah.
sometimes if
I suppose you can't.
sometimes you can't. Sometimes you
Yeah,
can't listen. Sometimes you can do a voice chat and you can't listen. Sometimes you can listen and can't do a voice. Sometimes you can only text. Like in work, I might not be able to listen because I'm afraid of what the fuck I'm going to be listening to, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I don't want to do a voice chat back to that because then like people are going to hear what this reply is, which will be totally not safe for work, I'm sure, right?
Yeah,
So I have
absolutely.
to
Yeah, yeah.
type back. But I know what you mean. Um it's like if you send someone a message and they ring you, you're like, fuck, what the fuck are you ringing me for? I am not talking on the phone. What? Who talks on the phone
If
anymore? You're
if you're
grand,
ringing me,
thanks.
I'm going to assume you're stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
You've been kidnapped.
Or you've butt dialed me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
And I
Like,
get a lot because my name begins with A. I get a lot of, and Alan is an anagram of anal. So I think a lot of people are looking for their local
I'm sure,
friends.
yeah, yeah. Isn't it very
Yeah,
convenient for you that it's an
Big
anagram of
Al.
anal? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I feel it can be, I find group chats a bit hard to be in. So, and
yeah, I
for
agree.
all
I
of
agree.
my friends and family that are listening to this, I do apologize, but I do because I'm literally going to be bumped out of them all. And if I go on my phone now, you've probably bumped. No, you haven't bumped me out. I thought you had. You
But I know
silly
I've
fucker.
renamed our group chat.
Oh, okay, right. Well, should I name it out? Can I have a look? Let's see.
Yeah.
What have you? What if now? You think this is great radio, isn't it? The silence of the group chat. Alan, where it's not John. He's changed to John Hates group chats. So if anyone wants to join this group, absolutely send us a message and we'll see because right now you're getting a lot of FOMO because you wouldn't believe the shit that's going on in the group. Um,
Literally, we
but
send 2 or 3 messages a month to each other. It's amazing.
oh yeah, if you think we're bad at social media, you should see our fucking group chat. It's worse. It's
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
worse. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah.
group chats. Yeah, I don't know, love or hate them, they're here to stay. But I'm a bit like, sometimes I want out. I want out.
I have two related things. I'm gonna cover the second one first. Something that really really wrecks my head are loud stomach gurgles.
They wreck
You're
your
sitting
head. Are you talking
you're
about your
sitting in
own
a
personal ones?
yeah, no, your
Yeah,
own.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
sitting in a meeting, you've drank water or something, or you're and there's
I know.
and you start
I
tensing your stomach, and it's like
And everyone heard it as well. And
yeah.
but it's not always your stomach. Everyone is looking at you
It's
going,
only your
that
it's
was
only
one.
your foot.
No, but no, I don't mean
If
like
it
not your.
is something
I
wrong.
don't mean your stomach gurgling. Like sometimes it's an inside fart because you're in a meeting.
Or you
So
get that weird throat
and
gurgle. Ever
yeah,
get that your throat just
yes,
goes
yeah, yeah. I know, but the inside fart's the worst because and it's big. They're always big, and everyone goes, that wasn't just a food gurgle. If you were at your desk, you would have let that out. That was going to be massive. So thank you for not letting that out. Yeah, that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really annoying.
Stomach
Always
gurgles
a
really.
meeting. Yeah,
It's like going. Why are you choosing now to gurgle? You don't gurgle any other time. And it's just I don't get it. And related to this is something that happens far more often is when you slightly choking food in public and you're trying not to show it and you're sitting there
yeah,
with water eyes going, oh, I'm
yeah,
fine, because
yeah.
you can't talk properly.
Yeah, I know.
Eyes streaming. There's
Yeah,
a bit of apples wedged in your nasal passage.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah. And trying to be all
trying to
manly
move it.
about it. Yeah, I'm grand. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then following that then is when you accidentally do something, trip over or fall in public, and you just try to make it look like, oh,
But
I'm a
it's the
little, I'm
funniest
coming
thing
into a
when it
little
happens to other
trot.
people,
I
though.
didn't fall at all. No, no, not at all.
But when it happens to somebody else and they really hurt themselves, you
Yeah.
can't help but like going, "This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life."
I know. And when
It's
you know
terrible.
when I know I'm like that too. It's laughing in uncomfortable situations when you
Or
know
when you
you
hear a kid
shouldn't.
running,
I'm
and you run, and you're gonna, and all you hear is slap, and you're going to yourself, going, "Fucking you!" It's so funny.
I know. It's terrible. I know. I'm like that a lot with people when they fall over or when they make a mistake or laughing. Do you know what gets me? People vomiting. So I've been on nights out where people get sick. I
I'm a
crack up.
vomiter.
I
I'm a
cannot.
vomiter for that.
I never, that never.
But always in the
As
toilet.
in you'll gag when someone is vomiting. You'll be gagging
No,
along.
no,
Like,
no, 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 no. Okay, so if I'm heavy drink, I'm not a massive drinker, but every now and again, if I do go out
yeah.
drinking, I might go. I need to vomit. I'll go into the toilet,
Ah,
get sick,
okay.
and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm good to go for the rest of the night now. But you
Right.
mean people are just like
But you see,
out
if no, but
in public?
if you were in the cubicle vomiting and I was like at the urinal pissing, I would start laughing, like pure like lung laughing at the sound of you vomiting. I just can't help it. And someone,
Really?
but but it's the worst when it's happening to you because we've all been there, the drunk vomiting where you can't breathe and you're heaving and it's a dry heave for like
Dry heat
30 seconds. Your
with
stomach
the drunk
has
hiccups.
folded the whole way up your neck and there's nothing coming out and you're going, if I don't breathe right now, I am going to keel
Yeah,
over. But I if I see someone doing that, I'm just on the floor rolling around laughing. I just can't help it.
really?
I just
Listening to
can't. No
someone.
matter, yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm laughing just thinking about the last time I saw someone vomiting. It's just funny to me. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh. Oh my God, there's something
I
weird
think
about
it's
it.
because they're so vulnerable during that time.
I don't know. It's just the sound of it as well. It's just brilliant.
But I know lots of people who, if they hear someone
Even
vomiting,
that's making me laugh.
there's people I know, if they hear someone vomiting, they also vomit or
Yeah,
gag.
no, that doesn't bother me at all. No, no,
Not
that
at all.
doesn't get me at all. I think from working in pubs and all that kind of thing, like
Sure.
for years and years and years, and I've cleaned up all sorts of shite, literally,
Literally, yeah.
literally that. No, that doesn't make me. Maybe that was a coping mechanism. I've done it for years, cleaning it up after people.
You
That
just find it funny now,
I
yeah.
find it laughing at
It's
because I'm like,
suppressed trauma.
wow, it's really coming out in this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Suppressed
yeah.
trauma.
It should be
John
called, yeah.
laughs when people vomit because of suppressed trauma. If you've been
It-
affected by anyone vomiting in your local area, please send us an email. We will happily read it out.
yeah, we're gonna rename this from head wreck to trauma underscore release
Yes.
in Instagram. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, email us at a head underscore rect on Instagram or the lads at headrect.com. We would love to hear some more of your stories because we love the stories. Because I'm sure you
We
guys
love
get
to.
fed up listening to me and you shiting on at
Well, no,
times.
no, I'm sure they're okay with mine. Just your ones are just way too serious.
Well, I've got one here from Tony. So do you remember Tony a few weeks ago in
Those
Dublin
Tony with the
slash
I or
Lisbon?
a Y, I or the Y
It
Tony.
was
Yes,
that Tony. So
I Tony.
he
He
has
works for
another
Apple.
one, and this is a this is a really short one. And I reckon this was sent in situ to the situation that was happening, and that's why it was so quick. It was literally going, uh, people hold on. People that say they love chicken wings and then they eat chicken wings with knives and forks. So
What? What?
what I'm getting from this is Tony was at a meal with someone, friends possibly, in a tapas bar. Or do you say tapa?
Or
I don't
any yeah,
or
tapas.
anywhere, any taper.
Any bar that's
I
chicken
know.
wings, yeah, tapas. Yeah.
And I'd say someone ordered chicken wings and started eating them with a knife and fork. Who the fuck eats chicken wings with a knife and fork? I'm with you on this one,
So
Tony. Fuck off,
yeah,
because you need to
absolutely.
dip it into the sauce as well. Half
But
of the
here's the
fun
question
is
for you:
licking it from your fingers.
what about a burger or a pizza eating with a knife and fork?
Um, I I have done this. I'd say I've done it 3 or 4 times. and
It depends
those
on the
trees.
burger. Sometimes burgers collapse, and you kind of have to.
Well, when we went to we went to Rome years ago, and we went to a really fancy restaurant. Oh, we
Yeah,
need to say it right.
restaurant,
Yeah, yeah. Based
restaurant
on the last
from
week.
last week's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So then, is it pizza? Is it pizza? I'm not sure. Pizza. Is it? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I remember it was really fancy, and I just felt weird because it was really cool and nice looking and looked delicious, but it was really floppy. It wasn't a hard base, which I suppose is authentic. I don't know. But it was really floppy and not hard. Yeah, look, you're such
yeah,
giggling like a child. This, in
yeah,
essence, what just happened there is, in essence, our group message. That's just that's highbrow as it
yeah.
gets. But yeah, I used a knife and fork for a second, and then I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? Just pick it up. Who gives a shit?" But yeah, knives and forks, I don't understand.
Yeah. Like pizza. It depends on the pizza. Like if it's a pick, if it, as you said, if it's a floppy, soft base, absolutely get it because
I'm giggling at that again.
like you pick it up and it's floppy and it's flaccid in your hand and it's just
Yeah,
dripping down your
yeah.
wrist. You kind of have to use a knife and fork
You
behind that.
do, you do, you do. Yeah, it's
Or you try and pinch and you kind of you pinch it down the middle and to try and get a little bit of like what's the word I'm
yeah,
looking for?
yeah, you have to
Strength in it, a bit of
exactly, yeah.
engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the thing with Tony now. If you want to send in another email, not now because we're not live, so we won't see it till next podcast. But
Yeah. Or no, we've just asked them
l-
because this is not. Yeah.
yeah, let us know like why were they actual chicken wings with a bone in it? Because that's too hard to eat with a knife and fork anyway. So
I
there's
don't get
some
that.
chicken wings, I say in inverted commas, and they're just like little pieces of chicken. But yeah, no,
Yeah, the bonus wings, totally get that. But maybe people, yeah, I've seen people
but
pick them
not
up and
knife
like
and fork.
scrape it with a knife, scrape off the meat with a knife.
No, no. I've seen people then put it in their mouth and it just suck the whole thing comes off the bone. It's so highbrow, isn't it? And that looks cool. I've never tried that. But no, no,
Oh yeah,
knives and
yeah, yeah,
forks.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
knives and forks don't get it.
Don't get
Cop
it.
onto yourself. It's too hard to eat. And plus, eating with your fingers is a thing now. It used to be frowned upon. Do you remember years ago in the 80s? It certainly was. You never picked your food with your fingers. Now it's grand. No, don't worry about it. Listen, Tony, just stop going to dinner with them. They're fucking idiots, whoever's eating it, using a knife and fork. Um,
Agreed.
and yeah, speaking of food, speaking of food, Alan, or food stuffs, something that's been on my mind the last week or so, because I like a lot of plants and we do a lot of planting of plants. How do seeds work? Aren't they a marvel?
No, I'm not getting into a conversation like this. No, not a chance in the
I
hell.
I knew the minute I got going, I was like, it's just we can't go from chicken wings with a knife and fork to botany.
Scientifically.
But
Hang on, do you see? I thought you said tobogany as if like, going there.
no,
Okay, no. I'm
no.
sorry.
Okay,
Fuck that.
well, I just leave it in the air. How do seeds work? It's mad. They
Yeah.
could be dried
How
out
does
for hundreds of
photosynthesis
years.
work? It's like,
Oh, I
what
know,
sort of
I
bullshit?
know. Sorry, I need to. What is
On our
this
next
podcast?
podcast, we
What
have
is?
Professor Brian Cox on to talk about that, or something, or David Attenborough to come on going. Here we see the small dandelion seed grow within the
Oh, stop. I'm
moisture.
sweating. Stop it. I'm absolutely sweating after that.
No,
Yeah,
fuck that. I'm
okay,
not talking
right.
about.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
So something for me that
Right.
really,
I'm
I'm going to
moving
bring us
on
back
from
on
that,
topic.
right. Okay, go on. Go on.
I have something here. So at the moment, we're kind of migrating away from colder weather, hopefully soon enough into warmer weather. What to
You,
do
you,
with all
you
your
and the family are
me
just going
personally?
for
Yeah,
a trip,
yeah. We fly
migrating.
south for the winter.
Yeah,
Yeah. But what to do with all your winter blankets and clothes? Because they take up like
I
90% of your
know.
wardrobe.
I know. We've
So
too
what you
much
do with
stuff.
them?
I know. Well, I have an attic, but you're an apartment, so I
Who
reckon you
does? Yeah.
don't. You do no
No, I don't
apartments
have an
ever.
attic. No, my attic is the person who lives upstairs.
Here, can you hold on to
I like
that for me?
knock, knock, knock. Yeah.
No, they go in the attic for me in the boxes, the plastic boxes. But well, that's been said. As I unblurred my video, you can see behind me that they have not gone
Not
up
too
in the
bad.
attic. They're all there. There's a lot of mess behind me. You're
So
never
just to
going to see.
clarify, John still has Christmas decorations behind him.
Yeah, and there's currently Easter decorations. And
Like the
there's
bag says humbug.
there's a shelves of DVDs just here, which I firmly believe that we should
Do
not
you
get
still have a
rid of
DVD
because
player? Do
well,
you
I
have
have the
it?
Xbox, yeah, and I do have a DVD
Does
player,
your
so
Xbox take mine's what the discless one?
I
Hard one to
have
say.
the
It's a discless.
Yes,
Xbox.
I have that as well, but I have the disc one because
Okay.
I firmly
The games.
believe I like owning
I
the
do, yeah.
games,
No, I get that. I get that. Yeah, yeah.
and I don't like digital only
J-
because it can just be taken away from you too easily. And what do we own? What's tangible? I need
yeah.
tangibility.
I'm going to relate something to this, right? This is a bit of a nerdy one, but the problem with digital games is when it's has to update itself, and it's like 600 meg, or sorry,
Yeah,
600 gig. You're
it's
like
crazy. No one,
23 hours to
I
update. Like,
know. So you've only
why?
got one game on the
Yeah.
go, one game on the go because you don't have any more space for the rest of the stuff. I know.
And you can't use external storage on Xboxes. You have to use their special drives to get them to work, which is really, really annoying. Yeah, but it's ridiculous the size
Yeah.
of digital games. But it's
Yep.
the updates. Why are they so big? And then you go on and then you play it.
That was wired. It's so big.
But
It's
why
so
are they so big?
so
It's so
dramatic.
dramatic. But then you go and you go onto the game, you realize that the reason why the update was 600 gig was because 585 gigs of it was a stupid 7 minute cut sequence high def video and nothing else changed in the game. You're like, but we can stream on Netflix. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
don't
the
know. I
internet is
get it.
so fast now that it does download fairly quickly, in fairness. Like it's
It
not as
depends
bad
on
as it
your
used
internet
to be.
connection.
Like, so a lot of people won't know this, but myself and Alan worked in an internet company, let's call it that, an internet provider years and years. It must be what, 25 years ago. It must be at least that. At
No,
least
it
that.
was
20 anyway.
20, 2004,
That
2006, if I remember
that's
correctly.
where we met. Along with James, actually, who's in the group chat. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But that internet, that was like a marvel at the time. An
It was like
absolute,
1 meg
I
for
know,
45 euros.
but it was a marvel at the time. You couldn't
But
get
it was shit.
faster, but no, but it was
It was
shit.
shit.
But then we sold too much that it got really shit because it was wireless. But you remember waiting for anything? Like I remember selling that to people and they'd be waiting like 30 seconds for just the Google homepage to come up. It was just
And
unbelievable.
and the
So we've
thing
come
is, if
a long
you're
way. We've come,
like if you wanted to watch a bit of porn and it was just a porn video, you kind of it'd be loading like, oh, she's got a nice eye, she looks all right. Oh, shoulder. Oh no, I can see straps on her shoulders. No, cancel, cancel, cancel. Move on
yeah.
to the next one.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah,
always bring it back to the porn, don't you, Alan?
someone has to.
You do. I know. I know. I know. Yeah.
But like OnlyFans wouldn't exist now on dial-up internet.
Well, it would. Well, no, no.
You'd have to
Yeah.
go. You'd have to go to like adult video stores.
Well, it kind of did really. Do you remember? Like, maybe we mentioned this before, but waiting until 12 o'clock so you could watch like 5 minutes
The Prodigy Smack
of
My Bitch Up video on MTV.
no, well that too, yeah. But chat, television X, and all the rest of them used to give you five
Babe
free minutes
Station.
at all of that 5 minutes. I
Five
know.
minutes. You only needed like the 30
I
seconds.
didn't.
That's all
I
you
didn't
needed.
say I needed the full 5 minutes, but if you wanted it, it was there.
That's a lot of DVDs behind jars.
Yeah,
It's
can't
just
get rid of.
205-minute copies. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, it was different. It was different back then. And it's going to be different now because Alan, we need to wrap this up. We need to
I
wrap it
know.
up.
If you didn't have good internet, you couldn't have good podcasts. Well,
No,
sorry, let me rephrase that. Yeah, like, I'm not saying we're good at podcasts. If you didn't have good internet, you couldn't listen to good podcasts, or you could just listen to ours, whichever is easier.
yeah. Well, our podcast is definitely the best. People are loving it, which is
We
great.
talk about
And
seeds and how they
no, we
grow.
didn't. We'll talk about that in the next one when we get Professor Cox and all the
Yeah.
rest. Thank you for listening again, listeners. We love you. We do love you. We really do, and we really appreciate it. Listen, and to be honest, we say to each other all the time, I'm amazed that people are even interested, to be honest, in listening to a shite on. I mean, that's ideally what you want when you set up something like this. It's like, oh, I want
Yeah.
people to listen, but then when they do, you're like, oh wow. And that's when the pressure kicks in because then you're going, we have to
As-
talk about stuff that's
like a
keeps
Tinder
interest.
profile. People liked you. Why did you like
Yeah, I
me?
know, but I'm me and
Yeah.
I'm crap. Yeah, but thank you to everyone in Ireland and around the world for listening. And if you do want to say any of your stuff, email us at the lads, that's us, at headrec.com. And on the social, I'm taking
On
away
the
the
social.
S.
Yeah. When we're on most of it's head_rect. Give us a like, a subscribe, a follow, a message,
Yeah, and
whatever you
rate us
want.
as well. We're like you're obviously listening to us somewhere,
Rate,
so make sure
rate,
you rate
rate.
rate us. Give us a star rating if you like us. Give us more than one if you like us, even better. And if you really love us, give us all the stars that you can. Be great, and do a little review as well. I'd be interested to see what people say in reviews because I've done a few reviews over time on different podcast. You never know what to say because you know the person is at home reading that going, you bastard. Anyway, that's all we have for today. Thank you
That's
very
it.
much, Alan.
Thanks,
I'll see
everyone.
you next week. Love you.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Sloan.
Bye.